Year 5, good morning. It's Wednesday the 17th of June, halfway through the week again. Absolutely flying by here for us at school. Not sure if it is for you as well. Hopefully you're keeping up with your learning. Those of you that have been having packs, please don't forget to drop us last week's work and collect us or collect your work for this week that we've printed you. So it'd be good to get your parents to drop in on a Monday your work from last week and then collect on the same time on the Monday your work for this week. Okay, then you'll have a sort of a regular dropping off and picking up slot, and then we can mark your work and give you feedback as needed. Thank you to all the children that have dropped off work. We've marked that, and if you go into the eSchool section, you should find some feedback there as well if we've needed to. Okay, so really good. And obviously the children in school are doing all the learning that you're doing as well. So that is excellent. You're making good progress. Just a quick update. Times table: Rockstars 2-week battle, girls against boys. The boys, as of about 2:30 yesterday, just about in the lead. 4,275 for the boys and 4,256 for the girls. But the only reason the boys are doing so well is because of Eddie. Look, 3,000 for Eddie. So he's got majority of those boys' points. So superb, Eddie. Very well done. Girls, more consistent scores, although Macy also doing very well for the girls. So in your arithmetic sheets, which is due in on Friday, lots of children that have handed them in, so they don't quite understand these types of questions, which is fine. What you need to do is you need to break it up, partition it. So you've got 2 and then you've got a quarter. Okay, and you're multiplying that 2 by 9 and you're also multiplying that quarter by 9. Okay, well obviously 2 times 9 is 18, so that's straightforward. Now we need to do this 1/4 times by 9. Now 1/4 times by 9 is the same as 1/4 times by 9 over 1. So what I've done is I converted this 9 to 9 over 1. This is exactly the same. Okay, and now it should look like a normal fraction, multiplication timesing, because you do top times top, which is 9, bottom times bottom, which is 9 over 4. Hold on a second, 9 over 4. How many 4s go into 9? 2 whole with an extra 1/4 left. So 1/4 times by 9 is 2 1/4. Well, if I split these up, I now need to put them back together again. So 18 add my 2 whole is 20. And then an extra quarter on the end, 20 1/4 or 20.25 is absolutely fine. So that would be how I do that one. This one here, same again. I'm going to do 3 times by 20. I'm going to do 1/5 times by 20. So 3 20s are obviously 60. That's fairly straightforward. 1/5 times by 20. Now this times sign in maths in an arithmetic paper also means of. Okay, so if you want to look at it as 1/5 of 20, we know that 1/5 of 20 is 4. Or you can use this method, 1/5 times by 20 over 1, because it's a whole number. So to make it a fraction, we just do 20 over 1, which is top times top, bottom times bottom, 20 over 5. Break that back into a mixed number. How many 5s in 20 is 4? Well, that's the answer we've got there. So we just need to then put them back together because we have partitioned them. So add them back and we get 64. This is exactly how I teach my Year 6 maths group how to do it. Okay. Next one, again, we need to do 4 times by 9, and then we need to do 2/3 times by 9. Now, 4 times by 9 is 36, so that's fine. We've partitioned it, and then we need to do 2/3 times by 9 over 1, which is 18 over 3, because remember, top times top, bottom times bottom. Lots of children still getting these wrong on the homework page, so please remember timesing fractions is really probably the easiest one to do. Make it back into a mixed number. How many 3s go into 18 is 6. So 2/3 times by 9 is 6. Combine those together, we get an answer of 42. Okay, and final one then, like this. So we need to do partition it, 1 times by 50, and then we do 1/10 times by 50. Well, 1 lot of 50 is 50. That's really straightforward. And then 1/10 times by 50, but we need to make it a fraction, so it becomes 50 over 1, which is 50 over 10. How many 10s go into 50? Back into a mixed number is 5. So 1/10 times by 50 is 5, which makes sense because a tenth is 10%. So we're doing 10% of 50, or 0.1 times by 50, which then does give us that answer of 5. We've partitioned it, so we're going to put it back together again, so we end up with 55 as our final answer. Okay, So that's multiplying a fraction by a whole number or a mixed number by a whole number. It's actually really quite straightforward. Now, on your math sheets, the week 28, week 27, whatever it is, lots of you are still getting wrong converting a mixed number into decimal notation. So, 1/4. We know 1/4, if I've got one whole, and I'm splitting it into 4 sections because that's my denominator, would be 100% the whole divided by 4, which is 25%. So each of these are worth 25% or 0.25 as a decimal. So 1/4 is 0.25, so 2 and 1/4 would be 2.25. There's our 25, there's our 25. So 2 and 2/4. Well, 2/4 is going to be 50% or 0.5. So 2 and 2/4 would be 2.50. 2 and 3/4. Well, again, we know 3/4 is all of those, and 1/4 is 25% or 0.25. So if I want 3/4, that's going to be 75% or 0.75. So it's going to be 2, copied it, 0.75 is there, decimal 75, 2.75. That's all it's asking you to do. It's not asking you to convert it to an improper fraction. It wants this mixed number, 2 and 3/4, written as a decimal, 2.75. Then this one, 5 and 1/5. Well, here we go. Here is my whole. Here are my fifths. We know the whole is 100%. Well, I'm going to divide 100 by 5 in this case because there are 5 slices. 100 divided by 10 is 2, so 100 divided by 10 divided by 5 is 2, so 100 divided by 5 is 20. So each of those are worth 20%, which is nice and easy. Or as a decimal, if 25% was 0.25, 20%, yeah, you've got it, is 0.2. So each of those are worth 0.2, 0.2, 0.2. So 5 and 1/5 is 5 point. Well, 1/5 is 0.2, so it must be 5.2. 5 and 2/5 must be 5.4. 5 and 3/5 would be 3 of these sections, which must be worth 5.6 then, or 5.60. 5 and 4/5 must be 5.80 because that's that split section there as well. So it really is that straightforward. We're deliberately giving you easy fractions where you can convert nice and simply. So what do we want by Friday? Obviously your My Maths, which needs to be done today, please. Mixed to improper sheet, which is on eSchools, needs to be sent in by Friday. Your reading work needs to be sent in by Friday. Writing, that is not due until next Friday, but we're looking forward to reading your persuasive vocabulary, your persuasive adverts persuading us to go somewhere. I know some people in school have chosen Center Parcs. We've got Canada, we've got Spain. Lots of children doing some really exciting places and researching some great places to go, as well as Rome we've had as well in Italy. Your SPAG, that is due on Friday. Your Maths week 28 is due Friday, and so is your arithmetic due on Friday. So we're looking forward to getting those. As like I said, the arithmetic sheets, we're having some really, really good scores. So thank you very much. Have a wonderful couple of days. There'll be an update on Friday from me. Please make sure you're on track, get the work submitted. It's really, really important that you are doing the work at home that we are setting you. So Miss Ayton and I, Mrs. Perry, really pleased with what you're sending in. Keep it going.